Hey you guys, welcome back to Perfumed Vegas. I'm Holly Golightly, and today I'm going to tell you about how I finally caught my unicorn. Okay, so hi. I have very little makeup on because it's late, but I really wanted to film this. I'm so excited. Like, if you have been there, if you've found that fragrance you've been looking for ages, and you're just so happy, like, the feeling is like, God, so good. So I will first tell you a little bit about the story behind how I came to want this fragrance. Then we'll show you the fragrance itself. I know I'm not doing it the fun way, but hey. So I think I first heard about this fragrance in 2013, 2014, when I first started getting into Guerlain and the Aqua Allegoria fragrance line. There's your first hint. And it stands out from the rest of the Aqua Allegoria line for being so different, seasonally different. There's your second hint. That it was, first of all, it was an intense curiosity for me. And then when I started looking for the fragrance and saw how much people were charging for it, I was like, I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to have that fragrance. I was floored. You can find 0.33 ounce. I don't think it's even that much. It's like the little tiny, like 4 ml travel bottles of the scent for $50 at, on a good day. I think there's one on eBay for $35 right now. And I had considered purchasing one of those in the past just to see if I'd even like the fragrance, but I really didn't. I figured if I was going to spend that much money on perfume, I might as well just go balls deep and just go all in. So it was one of those things where I had an eBay notification that was set up, and it would notify me, but it was always like just expensive. Sometimes you would go for months or even years without a new listing being provided. And that's kind of how it was when I was sort of shopping around a couple of weeks ago. And I had gotten this fragrance back into my head again. Everything on eBay, there was actually a good selection on eBay, but it was all extraordinarily expensive. And so I looked on Mercari, and instead of looking under Aqua Allegoria, Guerlain Aqua Allegoria, I was actually looking under Étoile Blanche. And there it was. I don't know. It had been on Mercari for over 30 days. I made an offer to the seller, and the seller accepted. And that's how I got my baby. And in case you hadn't figured it out, what I'm talking about is Guerlain Aqua Allegoria Winter Délice. So this is the 2.5 fluid ounce bottle, so it is the smaller bottle size. It's extremely fascinating, the differences of this bottle, this was produced in 2001, so it's almost 2 decades old. It's extremely interesting to see the differences in regards to the bottle. It has this Guerlain logo here, which, taking my Lys Soleil, which is from 2014, that it does not. And then the most notable difference, the cap, which has the B bottle, but it doesn't come off. It's one of those locking mechanism ones that twists. So you twist it on or off to smell the perfume. Of course, the more recent bottles have a cap that comes off, and they have a label, whereas all of these older ones had a hang tag that has been lost on this one, but it still says the fragrance on the bottom of the bottle. If it'll focus, it won't. So anyway, let me tell you about this fragrance. This was an exploration type of scent when the Aqua Allegoria fragrance line was new. Aqua Allegoria has always, for Guerlain, been about exploring the idea of the freshness of the season, the garden, and presenting notes that really represent the exterior environment. It's been eau de toilette so that it's light, it's easy to wear, it's not weighing you down, but with the exception of Winter Delice, the fragrances of Aqua Allegoria that have been mass-produced are all spring-summer oriented. So, you know, you've got your oranges, you've got your bergamots, you've got your coconut, your fresh florals, your figs, that sort of scent. Winter Delice stands out as an anomaly because this fragrance is all about wintertime scents. A lot of people in community suggest it's a Christmas scent, but that notion is kind of like swept aside because it's so balsamic and so not sweet that it really lends itself to any time in the winter season. So let me give you the notes. So the notes of Aqua Allegoria Winter Delice, in the top notes are fir trees, the heart notes are Scotch, pine, and balsam, and the base notes are, I'm sorry, I can't see, I'm blind, Somalian incense, sugar, and vanilla. And I've also heard that incense note is a frankincense note. On my skin, it doesn't really pull like a frankincense note. It just pulls more like a straight incense. So I'm going to go with the incense sort of note. So anyway, a little bit about the history of the perfume. It was released in 2000 and 2001, that perfume cycle, and then was discontinued shortly thereafter. It wasn't until 2008 Guerlain released a reissue of this fragrance in limited edition luxury coffret called Le Quatre Saisons, and it had 4 fragrances representing the four seasons, Winter Delice being the fragrance for winter. I do believe this was reissued in an eau de parfum format. I have, of course, the original eau de toilette. So that information comes from a blogger. So I'll link that article on their blog down below so you can read up if you want. And let's get to the good part and sniff this bad boy. I think I unlocked it. I'm not sure which direction it goes yet. No, I locked it. Okay. Oh. This is the perfect winter fragrance. I mean, that is why it's got a cult following. But the people who love it, that's why. It's most winter fragrances are heavy, they're dark. This manages to be incensey, sweet, balsamic, very pine and balsam, very, very heavy, without weighing you down, like without feeling like there's a really strong incense base or incense undertone. The Guerlain vanilla, it really lightens it up, and then the sugar note, it's not particularly a sweet fragrance, but it does keep this fragrance from being weighed down by its heavier, like balsamic notes. On paper, it smells beautiful. Honestly, the woman who had this fragrance, she did me such a favor by selling it to me at the price that she did, because this has been kept in exceptional quality. I don't notice any deterioration of the fragrance notes at all. everything comes through beautifully. The pine and the balsam are just is fresh. It smells like you could almost shake the snow off the leaves. And then it's like walking indoors from the outdoors and smelling the scent of almost the fireplace and maybe like cookies baking. It's just super gorgeous winter fragrance. And then on the skin, my skin really, really amplifies the that top note of pine is strongly amplified, and the incense is really amplified. So it's a bit more fresh on paper. It is a bit more resinous and incensey on my skin, but it's just a beautiful fragrance. And although it is a winter scent, this could be worn year-round. It's an eau de toilette, but it lasted on me. When I first tried it, I believe that the projection lasted about 4 hours. So 4 hours for Aqua Elguera is pretty good. And then it dried down to a skin scent and lasted about 6 hours that way. And so to me, I think that that's, especially after at the age of this bottle, after nearly 20 years, that's like so good. It's so good. I am so happy that this happened to be under a different category when I'd been thinking about it but wasn't specifically looking for it, and that the seller accepted my offer, and that it's in such amazing condition. The bottle, even the bottle itself, like the components and everything, like they're aged, but they're in such beautiful condition. The information is like, this could be nearly brand new just looking at it. I don't know what color the juice was when this was new. I've only ever seen it similar to this kind of ambery tawny color, but you guys, that's my well, it's not my only unicorn, but it's the unicorn I think maybe I've chased the longest. That's so weird. But since I've been not collecting, but since I've really been into discovering and enjoying fragrance, this has been the one that I've always wondered about. And now I have it and I love it. So yeah, I caught my unicorn. I am so happy. Thank you so much for joining me if you did wait till the end to sit through all that. I'm just super, super thrilled. And I would love to hear your stories or your unicorns. Let me know down below if you have found one, caught one, how it happened. That's super fascinating to me, because we all have such different tastes. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. This is part of my haul, even though it's not really labeled that way. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to those videos, and also I have a Scentbird video and an indie perfume review video coming up for you. So I hope that you'll be looking forward to them. I will see you very soon here on Perfumed Vegas. Wait, before you go, notifications, thumbs up, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.